Well, how y'all are again? Say, listen, this is an addendum to the previous video. I found some more stuff over here, and we thought we'd just talk about it for a few minutes. This is a pretty cool bayonet. This is a Mauser contract bayonet. These 16-inch bayonet, probably manufactured after World War I. Doesn't really have any markings on it at all, and it looks really nice. Mauser Ondorf made all kinds of Mausers for South America, different countries and so forth. And they manufactured a few specified dedicated bayonets that would fit everything. So this is one of those sterile, unmarked, basic Mauser bayonets. You know, it has a standard Mauser bayonet fitting on the back of it and so forth, release, and was probably never issued. Just one of those gun show items that you pick up, but it is in fact a real bayonet. I mean, it's not a reproduction. Here's a modern set-me bayonet. Now this rifle this also fits the FR8 Spanish bolt-action service rifle, and it has the standard Spanish national military crest on it, the serial number and so forth. This one's in the Cosmoline, and it's in brand new condition. You see these guys around, not everybody's got a set-me. You see the great big quilling out here on the end of it that's to fit over the muzzle brake on the end of it. And it has that standard swept in cutting edge that Spanish bayonets always seem to have. But it's a pretty cool bayonet. You see these around. You can buy these centerfire systems everywhere else. They're about $30. You know, kind of a cool bayonet to have if you like bayonets. Here's a real AK-47 bayonet from back in the day. This is in fact a wire cutter bayonet. The later ones, they tried to make them insulated to where, well, you could cut live wires with them and not get shocked. I've got one of these at the house, and frankly, I tried to cut a piece of 9-gauge wire with this thing, and it took quite a bit of effort to get it going and make it work. It has a serrated edge on the back of it, which is pretty good for cutting rope and stuff, but it's not good for wire, and it's most certainly not a hacksaw. Real AK bayonet. You don't see many of them. The real ones. You see the replica ones and the ones that they made to sell with AKs that they were trying to bring into the country. Now, 3 examples of Japanese bayonets. These guys are all in great shape for what they are. This hook is on here to create a stacking swivel, so you can stack arms and put 6-8 rifles together in an encampment so that they're not in their tent laying on their gun. You know, that's a Japanese bayonet. This one has a chrysanthemum on it, which is a good indication it's real. It hasn't been over sharpened. The scabbard is in good shape. The frog in the hanger is missing, and it's not in too awful bad shape. It doesn't have a ball on the end of it, which means it's probably a later production bayonet. They started making them a little bit cheaper as time went by. Here's another one, almost exactly the same bayonet. It seems to have a little bit more original blue on it. You know, it's funny, several of the Japanese light machine guns had bayonet lugs on them, and Japanese machine gunners were issued bayonets, and they simply didn't use them. You know, a Type 99 Japanese machine gun is a little bit too unwieldy to go out and be trying to bayonet charge somebody with. You know, this appears to be an earlier manufactured bayonet, has a chrysanthemum on it. The scabbard is in pretty good shape, and the scabbard has a little protective pawl on the end of it, meaning it was an earlier production scabbard. The scabbard is in terrible condition compared to the blade, which leads me to believe that it's a mismatched deal. All right, here we go. Here is a Japanese bayonet. It is in pretty good condition, probably never issued to a soldier, and it is the late war configuration of bayonet. It has squared off everything. Nothing is finished very well. There's sharp corners all over it compared to the way an earlier war production bayonet would be made, where everything is nicely smoothed off, and you've got the little extra piece of metal here that makes the stacking swivel, you know, nicely finished, as opposed to the last stitch period, which everything is crude and rough. Well, all right then, that's Japanese bayonets 101. There's a lot more you could say about them, but Swiss K31 bayonet. These are very nice. It's hard to find these, actually. This one has a keeper on it that keeps you from losing it, but it's also got a keeper in the throat.
Training.
So, you know, it's not going to fall out. Swiss K31 with Imperial crest on it. The problem with these guys, they're rare. They didn't used to be rare. You used to be able to buy these in the surplus stores for $5, frog and all. But the problem is, the blade is of superior steel. And guys would take these and get rid of the creepy looking handle and put really nice handles, shanks, and cross guards on them and make really nice fighting knives, throwing knives, trench knives, and everything else out of them. You know, and it's a really, it looks like it's heavy as all get out, but it's very light. I mean, you know, they cut them up, cut them down, make daggers and stuff out of them, and they're pretty cool. All right, we'll leave that guy back out here. One more knife I want to show you. The latest version of the U.S. Air Crew Survival Knife. Air Force, Army pilots, and so forth. This is the latest version of it. The scabbard is basically the same as the old flat point one, but they've omitted the sharpening stone. They've added a very heavy injection molded rubber handle. This one's made by Ontario Cutlery. They've updated the saw teeth on the spine and made them sharper and deeper cuts. They've added serrations to the rear part of the blade where they don't need to be. They need to be out here, and the cutting edge is back here because people can't get back here and whittle with a serrated edge blade, see. Overall, it's very ergonomic, and it has a kind of a skull crusher back here in the back of it, I guess. I don't know if you're going to, I can't figure out why you would have a skull crusher on this type of knife. I mean, if you were going to try and do damage to somebody, you'd hit them with this end. You know, maybe it's a window breaker. I don't know. It does have places on it to attach lanyards and so forth. It's made by, it's made by Ontario, and it is ASEK patent pending. I guess that's the manufacturer of the grip. And it's marked USA over here. Now granted, it's a lot more ergonomic than the old stack washer handle version, you know, but I don't know if I like it as good. But this is the new Air Force Pilot Survival Knife, and this is the first one I've ever seen of it. Thank you, Show of Shows, for bringing us this wonderful find. All right, boys and girls, I've got this whole video up to about a half an hour, so I'm going to say goodbye for now. God bless America. God bless everyone. Join the NRA. Be kind to everybody you meet, but have a plan.
Right.